Welcome back to the Jacked Racing YouTube channel. Welcome back to the shop. We are less than a month away from our first race of the year, the World Series of Asphalt at New Smyrna Speedway, and we've got some work to do. I didn't even realize we were less than a month away until the track posted there were less than a month away posts, and that was a little bit of a wake-up call to come up here and start getting some work done. So I've got a new box of parts. I've got a Saturday afternoon off, so here we go. Let's get some stuff done. We're gonna dive into the front suspension. We're gonna be redoing some stuff up there because we think we've got some settings that are not right. So we're gonna throw some new parts at it, change some things, and hopefully that's gonna help get through the turns, because that seems to be our biggest struggle right now. Now that we got the motor fixed, we gotta get it to turn. There's two parts of circle track racing. So we're gonna work on that. And then I've got to do some work on the rear end as well. We think the housing is bent, so we might have to drop the rear end housing and see if we can do anything to straighten it, or maybe we're just going to have to get a new one. We're not quite sure, so we need to kind of assess what we're going to do back there to get that rear end straightened out. And yeah, just a couple little odd and end things to get ready for the year. I've got some new spark plugs to throw in it, just, you know, little routine maintenance things to do. But it's all got to get done, so let's dive into it and get to work. Of course, it never can't just be that easy. I ran out of room here because of a steering arm, so I got to do this by hand the hard way, but I guess steering parts are kind of important, so what are you going to do? So basically what I'm doing right now is taking the springs out. We have some different front springs we're going to try out this year that we, after doing some research, think are going to make a pretty big difference for us. So luckily on these race cars, it's a lot easier than a normal car to take springs out. You just kind of take these weight jackers out, and most of the time the springs will fall right out. So I'm kind of hoping that's what happens this time. I'm not going to be that lucky. Darn it. I swear I would get things done so much faster if I just knew where I left anything. I spend half of my time looking for tools and not actually working. This is not a how-to channel. Don't ever get that idea. This is a how I do channel, not a how-to channel. Big difference. Well, that was way more work than I thought it was gonna be, but we're gonna redo a lot on the front anyway, so I'm gonna consider this a head start instead of a setback. So springs are out in the front. We gotta wait a little bit. We do have some new parts, but we have a couple other things we need to do first before we put new springs in. So now that the front springs are out, let's do we want to do something fun, or do we want to go do the rear end first? Let's go do something fun first. So it's no secret that stickers make race cars go faster. So we are going to put some stickers on. And a lot of race cars have they always got something witty to say on the back. So we figured we'd hop on that trend. So I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm just going to put it on and let you see it. But it's pretty fitting for us. There you go. It's true. My tummy pretty much always hurts. So, yep. There it is. Here's my question of the video. If you are a racer and you have a catchy slogan or saying on the back of your car, what is it? And if you don't have a race car, tell me what you would put on if you had one. Here lies our next challenge. We're trying to get this rear end housing out, and as you can see, there's kind of some frame pieces in the way, so we can't just drop it out the bottom. So my next goal is going to be to get that thing sitting down onto those frame rails, take off the 4 suspension links. I'm probably going to have to pull the calipers off and hang them up. And then once Dad gets here in a couple of weeks, which he is coming for World Series, so I'm not going to be all by myself. But once he gets here, then we can get this rear end housing and see what we can do, see how bent it really is, and kind of come up with a game plan of if we're going to try and fix this one or if we just need to buy a new one. Okay, we're crossing off chores one by one. I've got those front springs out. I've got the rear end dropped. I got that sticker on the back. So now what I'm going to do is put some new spark plugs in. Just, beginning of the season maintenance. We always kind of had, how when you buy car parts, there's like good, better, best. we were kind of at better. We decided we were going to go for best. Now that we have the fuel system running right, might as well have the sparking right, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, we're going to put these spark plugs in, and hopefully, even if they're only, if they're good for a couple horsepower, it's still a couple horsepower. So it's been a time, but I'm getting stuff done, so it's very productive. So in we go. All right, there they are. I wasn't gonna make you watch me just change spark plugs, but here's what we took out, and they're really not in that bad a shape. I mean, if you saw some of our videos last year, some of the spark plugs we pulled out of here were really messed up. So this is encouraging. It means I think our engine tuning is getting better. These don't look too bad, and hopefully the ones we just put in are gonna help a lot. I think it's time to start it up and make sure I did everything right. In the spirit of full disclosure here, I'm pretty sure I did the spark plugs right. You really can't mess it up that bad. I just haven't heard engine noises in a while, and I want to hear race car sound, so let's go. Let's go see what's going on, see how this thing starts, see if we can hear all that new horsepower we just put in. All right. What have I done? Okay, so now I'm confused. It's not the spark. I just took the air cleaner off and looked. I'm getting no fuel in the carburetor. I know I did a little bit of work on the fuel system last time I was here. We put that new gauge in with the new sending unit, but I'm pretty sure I started it after that and it worked fine. So now I'm not sure why we're not getting any fuel. Cool. I fixed 3 things and then have one other thing go wrong as it sat in the shop here. So now I guess I gotta go figure out what the heck is going on with that. So I'm not 100% sure why it's acting like it's out of fuel. It might just be out of fuel. I actually don't know if we filled it up after the last race, so maybe it's just out of fuel. It started on starter fluid though, so I didn't do anything wrong on the spark plug wire. So different problem for a different day. I'm not too worried about that. We can figure that out next time I'm up here, no big deal. So yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. There's some Mexican food with my name waiting on it back towards the house, so I'm gonna go take advantage of that. And yeah, we'll be back in another week or two to finish getting ready for the World Series coming up. Our race is the last 2 nights. If you don't know, it's 9 nights of racing in a row at New Smyrna Speedway. It's one of, if not our favorite race weeks, not even weekend, it's a whole week-long ordeal. So yeah, it's one of our favorites of the year. Make sure you check it out. It's going to be awesome. We're hoping to be a lot more competitive than we were last year. We've been working really hard, and I think we're really on to something here. So let's see if I can prove myself right. And yeah, stick around. There's going to be lots of good racing coming up this season. We've been working on putting our schedule together, and we're going to have a pretty awesome season. So yeah, that's going to wrap it up for now. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you're looking for some of that new merch we got, check out the link down below. Otherwise, yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.